So with some free time this week, due to being pulled off site, due to other tradesmen having to complete their work before we could do ours, I decided to go fishing over Chigboro fisheries, and I had 4 nights ahead of me. So the tickets were booked, car was loaded, headed to work for that morning, finished early, and then left site and headed straight for the lake. With my ticket not starting till 5 PM, I knew it would be a rush against the fading light to get rods out, my home set up and my life sorted. So I set up the baiting pole and deployed all 3 rods onto nice clean areas with just a handful of bait, knowing that I would be perfectly presented and I would make minimal disturbance as possible. So after the light had faded, the fire was lit and was in deep conversation to how we thought the session would pan out. Well, good morning. You join me down Scrayley Mere on the Chigboro complex down in Malden. I've got 4 nights ahead of me, fishing with a good friend from work and also my boss. It was a quick setup last night. I was losing light and then got the old fire on to keep warm because it was really cold last night. But I did see 2 fish in here just on dusk. So I think they're in here, but I think it's going to be the waiting game to get bites because it's still really cold and there's still a part of Maywater that's still frozen. So what I'm going to do is probably sit out for the day, do a few laps every few hours maybe, see if I can find anything to go on. But if not, then I think this session could be a sit on the hands job and wait till they turn up. But there is some mega weather turning up Thursday, Friday, so I mean, if I can get traps set and some spots established before then yeah, happy days. So yeah, let's see how the session pans out. I've got enough time, so yeah, hopefully we'll nick one early so I'm not chasing the fish towards the end. So yeah, let's see how the day unfolds. Well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. 2 of the rods have been picked up by birds already, so absolute dramas. So I'm going to get them in, get them redone. But before that, I'm going to go and do a little lap and just make sure the fish aren't stacked up in an area. But I'm pretty confident they're in this sort of part of the lake. So, right, there's Mr. Ricky Parks. So I've just gone for another lap round to see if I can find any fish in the snags or in shallow areas, because the sun has come out, but I've not been able to find anything to go on. So it's just going to be a case of sitting on my hands for the rest of the day unless I see something, and yeah, just fingers crossed the fish turn up on me. So I mean, this area has been doing fish recently, to be fair, so I don't see why I wouldn't at least get a chance of catching one. So yeah, sit out there for a few hours and I might trickle a bit of baiting down the other end just as a plan B, because I've still got 3 nights ahead of me. And yeah, well, mate's coming back with the food soon. Get the barbie on. I'm having chicken burgers, a bit more chicken, some sausages, All of it's seasoned, of course. He doesn't do it just out of the packet, so it's going to taste proper nice. And yeah, not really eating much, to be fair, so I need some food in me and sit back and enjoy the session, because the weather rolling in tomorrow is really good. So if it's going to happen, it's going to be tomorrow onwards when the temperatures get up, and yeah, it looks proper cock on for it. So let's wait till he gets back and get some food on. God, lovely. Spicy. Birds feed left in there, now. After the barbecue was done and our tummies were full, the light was soon fading. The fire was lit, and yet again we was observing the water and listening out for any signs of carp, and anticipating that one of us may have the first fish on the bank on our second night. Well, I woke up to another fishless night. I did have an occurrence in the night. I'm not sure if it was a take or it was a savage liner, but basically lent into nothing. So yeah, 2 nights in here with nothing is it's not normal. If they're in here, you'd have them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get packed up and get moved. Fish the point, which fishes like the main bowl of the lake. I'm going to go on zigs because I haven't tried that yet, and they could be sitting just above the weed in the main bowl. So yeah, just get packed up and moved before the rain comes in again. And yeah, I've basically halfway through the session, so still got time to suss it out and see what they want. We'll find out where they are. So yeah, let's get moved. Well, that's the move done. I've got all 3 rods out, and within 10 minutes the swans found 2 of them, so I had to redo them. Yeah, 2 are on yellow pop-ups because my pal next door has actually got one in his sling waiting to be pictured, and I'll get a bit of footage of that as well. One's on a zig out in the main bowl because the fish are in the upper layers or ghosting above the Canadian, then the zig will hopefully pick them off, or if not, get some liners, indication to if they're out there moving. So yeah, see how long I can keep rods out for before the birds destroy me again. Maybe another move could be on the cards because he had that fish down the other end, like on the far margin. So if he does come into another fish, then I'm going to move down to the other end and fish right close in the margins. Just it's quite weedy, so I'll change everything to chods and just basically fish them under my rod tips, basically, because he had that well close in. Like I cast to the far side in between the swim, and he basically hand placed down a solid bag. So yeah, I think he's using red maggots, red spicy fish crumb, and some pellets, and a yellow pop-up. So yeah, so I've gone with the same colour to carry on doing what I'm doing. And yeah, the next 24 hours the weather is absolutely perfect. So yeah, there's no reason why we shouldn't have a few today or within the next 24 hours. So yeah, let's go and see what he's got, shall we?
Officially here on the old red spicy fish. Look at that. Yeah, mate. Come.
Well, I haven't done much to camera for most of the day. It's now 2:10. The weather is bang on for it. It's been raining quite a bit. The wind's still going strong. But I've decided to move again because I'm not feeling that area. I literally have not seen a thing. I've had no liners. I even put a zig out on a tight line to see if I could pick up a liner, but nothing. So I've moved into the first swim as you get onto Scrayley. It's got a nice deep margin to my left, quite snaggy. There's a spot out in the middle. I had a mid-20 not so long ago, and then the wind is smashing into this like back bowl area. So I'm going to put a trod out there on the single because any bait, the birds will be on it. So I need to be careful here. I don't want to make all this effort into moving into a new area, which I believe may hold fish because this area has done a lot of fish recently, and it is like a known area for like the colder months because of the depth. So yeah, I'm going to set up again for the 4th time, and yeah, I'll go from there really. But if my power up there has another one tonight, then obviously I'm going to move up next to him for the last night. We'll drop to 2 rods each, and yeah, we'll fish to the far snags on the far margin. But you know, he's only had one. He's had nothing else since. Hasn't seen anything. There's been no sort of indication that they're even there. He might have just had a random one. So we don't want to put our eggs in one basket and both jump into an area, because if I'm there, push them all out straight away. So yeah, let me get my life sorted, get everything set up, get these rods out, and then hopefully I'll have one. You know, I did have that occurrence last night. It could have been a trailer, to be fair. So you know, there could be fish in here. So yeah, let's get rigged up and get the rods out and sit back and do a bit of observation, and yeah, let's see if one puts his head out and makes my life a bit easier. Far Linford Christie there. So I was over there finishing off the food. Matey boy's rod's gone off, he's lent into that, and now the complete blue, my rod's gone, and I've had to sprint and stacked it good and proper. I've hurt me back to my rods. Because I was locked up, I was been game over, but I do have one languishing in the net. Don't think it's all that big, maybe a mid-double. His one's a tiny bit bigger, but the move's paid off. I'm on fish, and he's had one right down there and I've had one here. Tells me they're not all shot up in one big hit. So it may look light, but it's not. He's pretty dark. So let's get him unhooked and stick him in the retainer for a minute while I eat our food because it's done, and then we'll get both of the fish out and have a proper look at them. Well, as you can see, it is very dark. We've just had a really nice Thai green curry. Me and my pal's there. Yeah, he's done himself proud there, to be fair. So I'll show you this one. It's not big by any means, but you know, wish you could see it in the daytime because it's black and very cold. And like a little mini black spot. But yeah, cool carp. I will get some shots of it. but let's see if it behaves. So yeah, there we go. The first one, hopefully there'll be a few more to come. You know, I've still got 2 nights left and a day, so you know, I think I'm in the right area now. And obviously he's had one right down the other end, I've had one down this end, so they are moving. So that's all you can ask for, really. So yeah, I'll slip this fella back, and yeah, hopefully more fish to come tonight. Well, we're on our final day. It's 1:15. Haven't really done much to the camera. Sheer fact is nothing is happening. I've got pals out fishing other lakes, you know, they're doing really well. This lake just doesn't want to give up. It's obviously still the wrong time of year for it. I mean, I've seen signs of feeding this morning, but nothing materialised. Pal up there had nothing again last night, so yeah, it's just not going to happen. So, you know, I'll try and update the camera, but when it's not happening, well, what can you do? So I'm going to get the old sausage and bacon on, have like an early lunch and have a big dinner tonight. Then hopefully tonight, possibly some more action like last night. But it seems like we're just waiting for that one small window of opportunity to get a couple of bites, and then that's it. It shuts up shop for the next 23 hours. So yeah, well, let's go and eat. I'm starving, and yeah, let's see what the evening brings. Well, I've just got back from filming my pal's fish. Lovely carp. I said I've had that one, so he can have that one. But he's over the moon, he's buzzing with it, so he's not been out for a while. So yeah, first time out on the red spicy fish, because he loves a fish meal. And yeah, he's doing well. He's on 3, and unfortunately I've only had the one, but I've still got the night and tomorrow morning, and I'm hoping the fish turn up on me. So no, I had the opportunity to move in next to him. He offered, and I gracefully declined, and now I'm sort of regretting it. So, you know, but then I would have caught potentially a fish I've already caught. So, you know, no one really wants to do that. They want to try and catch a new one, and there's one in there I really want, because was it a few years ago I fished this on a few day sessions, and I had a mega hit of pretty much all the big ones but one. And yeah, the carp in there is something special, so I would like to try and catch the one I want before I pull off. I'm tempted to pull off after this session and then start my prep work for higher Maynard, but I don't know, I might try and squeeze a couple more sessions in, and fingers crossed I can catch a fish called black spot, which is one of the known 30s, and it's a banging common. proper black, big belly, overslung mouth, everything you want from a carp, this one's got. So yeah, I did have a bite yesterday about 6 o'clock, so I've got about an hour. Fingers crossed they turn up on me again and I can get some action, but if not, you know, these things happen. You can't always catch on every session. You know, I'm not going home with a blank, but obviously I'm not going home with the amount of fish I was hoping to catch. So yeah, let's just see what the next few hours bring until darkness. And there's meant to be a lot of rain coming in tonight, so it's never the one packing up with all your bivvies soaking wet. So yeah, let's see what tonight brings, and fingers crossed, you know, I'll have a couple. But if not, mate, your boy's talking about ordering a Chinese, so I'm all over that. Get that in before the rain turns up. At least I'll go home with a full tummy. And yeah, so yeah, let's just see what happens. Well, good morning. It is 6:30 in the morning, and last night the rain did come in, and it come in hard. But once the rain stopped, I had a gut feeling that it was not going to happen. Not just in that swim, just on Scrayley in general. I just don't think the lake was fishing well at all. So I made the decision in the pitch black to move onto the main lake. I did see a few fish in this area, like through my duration on Scrayley. When I was doing laps around, I was always coming down the causeway, just having a little look. And this swim, I did see signs of fish, and I'm really glad I moved, because I've got a mid-20 common sat down there in the sling, which I had about half hour to an hour ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pack everything up, and then I'm going to get the fish out, get some pictures done, get some footage, and then be on my way. Because yeah, these 4 days have been a bit of a grueler. I never really do 4 days in England, only in Europe to be fair, so I normally do 48 hours is my max. So yeah, let's get everything packed away, get the fish up, and then I'll go home, because I've got a big TV bed to build for the missus. So let's get packed up. I have a feeling I'm about to be beat up here. She's been sat in the water for about an hour. So yeah, let's have a look. Colours on her. What is that? Some sort of shell. Nothing that I'm fishing. Oh, what a lovely carp to finish on. I didn't want to leave with my towel between my legs. I needed to move, I needed to make it happen. And the beauty of Chigboro is a complex. Oh, calm down. There are 3 lakes to fish, and there is always an opportunity to be had on at least one of the lakes, as I've just proven. Here she is. Lovely fish. Chigboro does have some lovely fish in it, mainly commons, but they are lovely. Look at the colours on that. So like I was saying, if you are fishing a complex like Chigboro fisheries and it's not happening on one of the lakes you're fishing, move. There is always an opportunity to be had, as I've just proven. And I had this fella within 2 hours, really, because I did move really early. I was just sitting up and I knew it wasn't going to happen, so I moved. And she doesn't want to cooperate, does she? One final look, and I'm going to get some pictures and get her back. So thank you for watching the vlog. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a struggle, it was testing, but I finished well in the end. And for everyone that watched the full can't even say it, vlog. If you're interested in buying urban baits and giving it a shout, use code ALEX15 at checkout and get yourself 15% off. Until the next one, and everyone I watched, and anyone I see on the bank, tight lines.